5 minutes after 7 o'clock in Trinidad and Tobago, to the strains of Calypso Rose in her prime in the mid-1970s. We now put the focus on business activities and more precisely export opportunities in Trinidad and Tobago, because we're joined now by Mr. Deodat Maharaj, who was appointed Executive Director of the Caribbean Export Development Agency in February. It is the regional trade and investment promotion agency aimed at achieving the sustainable development goals in partnership with the business community. They'll be launching a grant program next month to assist those most affected in the community by the pandemic, and they also have an investment forum that is coming up in November as well. Well, Mr. Maharaj is with us, I presume from his hotel room, because all of the COVID-19 situation has resulted in quarantines and so on. So he's with us now speaking to us. Mr. Maharaj, very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Fazar, and I'm delighted to engage with you and your viewers here in Trinidad and Tobago and the many who are looking over the World Wide Web. Pleasant good morning to everybody, and a pleasure to be with you, Fazar, as we discuss and engage on this important issue of steering investments our way, exporting our products overseas, and why we need to do that, Fazar, as you know and your viewers know well, is to create precious jobs and opportunity for our people in these unprecedented times that we are living in.
So let's talk about that. What is going to be happening now? You've assumed this position in February. We are in a time of COVID-19, which limits a lot of activities, but there are things coming up. Tell us what people can look forward to with this organization.
Yeah, so to begin with, Fazar, I mean, we are facing challenges with COVID-19, as we all know, but we need to turn the challenges that we face into opportunities as well. And for example, in Guyana, about 2.5 months ago, we supported Guyana with their first ever virtual investment summit headlined by His Excellency, the President of Guyana. And we had 567 business people and investors from 47 countries interested and engaged with Guyana. Similarly, for Trinidad and Tobago, given the success of the Guyana initiative, we are replicating that in Trinidad and Tobago to do the first ever virtual investment summit for Trinidad and Tobago, focus on key sectors that can drive and lead transformation, including the green transition to a green economy, getting technology into agriculture, because as you know, Fazir, and you have said on this program many times, agriculture is absolutely vital, but agriculture must be a business. And the average age of a farmer in the Caribbean is around 55. So we have to make it attractive for young people to get into the sector. And to make it attractive, it's about job creation and it's about becoming business people. So just to move away from the notion that a farmer in Trinidad and Tobago, in the Caribbean, is someone over 55 and toiling away every day. No, once you leverage technology into agriculture, the opportunities are immense. But at the same time, Fazir, what we have been doing in these uncertain and challenging times that we are living in, we are providing support where it matters, Fazir and viewers. We are providing direct support to micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises across the Caribbean. One, through the provision of direct financial support or grants up to 20,000 United States dollars. Doesn't sound much, but it can make a big difference to a micro or small business. Secondly, given the fact that we are living in the COVID times, as we have indicated before, our businesses, including even the smallest business here in Trinidad and Tobago, they must shift to this digital age that we are living in. So we are providing support to micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises to enter the world of e-commerce, as everyone, to enter the world of digitalization, so to make them better and stronger with respect to competing. And the final point, I think we dominate, to a large extent, Trinidad and Tobago, the manufacturing sector and the export market in CARICOM. But in the times that we are living in, Fazir, that's not good enough. So we have to push the envelope and we have to penetrate new markets. So for example, we have an economic partnership agreement with the European Union. And that market is a market of over 500 million people who are willing to pay a premium price for a premium product. So we're helping small businesses and other businesses across the Caribbean enter and access that European market.
And Mr. Maharaj, with all that is happening, all the challenges that we face, and with the number of things that are happening via this agency, the Caribbean Export Development Agency, with the grant program, the investment forum in November, what do people have to do? Whether it's agriculture, whatever element of business activity, what do they have to do to access, whether it's the grants or to be involved in the investment forum? What do they have to do basically?
Yeah. So Fazir, the best place to start is to visit our website, carib-export.com. There you'd get information on our direct grants program, how to apply for the grants. You want to get information. We also, on the 5th of October, we're having the first AgTech Summit headlined by the President of Guyana, given that he's a lead Prime Minister or President for agriculture in CARICOM. So go to our website, carib-export.com, but not only would you get information on our grants program or some of these major initiatives that we are spearheading, but critically important for businesses across the Caribbean and in Trinidad and Tobago, Fazir. You're going to get information on how we can support you with digitalization, e-commerce, the multiplicity of training opportunities that we provide, but also we provide support to help businesses access markets, participate in trade fairs, connect you with buyers in European and other markets. So please, I would encourage people to visit our website at carib-export.com.
And for those who might not be familiar with you in your role now as the Executive Director of the Caribbean Export Development Agency, tell us about your expertise in this area.
Well, I post-grad school, Fazir, I spent 3 years at the United Nations Center on Transnational Corporations and transnational cooperation on a training program they had. At the Commonwealth, I was the Deputy Secretary General responsible for economic and social development at the Commonwealth based in London, and I spearheaded the trade and investment work of the Commonwealth for close to 4 years in London. So I have done work at the theoretical level, but more importantly, Fazir, as you know, you have to work where the rubber hits the road. So I was involved, for example, in the establishment of the Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council, which brings together the trade, investment, and business people from across the Commonwealth. Because what we need to recognize, Fazir, is that, and I think your viewers understand, is that to create jobs and opportunity, business has to play a central and important leadership role. So given that background, I thought that the times that we are living in, to build resilience in the Caribbean, to build a resilient Trinidad and Tobago, business has to play an important leadership role. Trade and investment are critical, and so are exports, especially penetrating and entering new markets. So that's my background, Fazir, and your viewers may be interested to know that I spent some time working at the United Nations, and one of the countries that's quite topical now, Fazir, is Afghanistan, and I was responsible for UNDP's program in Afghanistan out of New York. But that's a conversation for another time. Today, I'm here to talk about trade and investment and creating opportunities for Trinidad and Tobago and for the Caribbean.
You're absolutely right about Afghanistan being a discussion for another time, because there are so many areas about that that we could spend time on, but maybe that will be for another time. But as far as the ability of small states like ours, you've referenced Guyana quite a few times as well in our discussion this morning, which is now looking to take advantage of energy opportunities, and whether or not they will really get value, and will the people of Guyana, will the people of Trinidad and Tobago, will the people of other parts of the Caribbean really be able to take advantage of whatever benefits we can generate from exports, or will we basically have to bow to the dictates of the big players, whether they be the European Union, whether they be the USA, whether they be the UK? Can we really benefit from a proper export development program?
Absolutely, we can, Fazir, because it's not about mass producing. We can't compete with China, we can't compete with India, nor Ghana, nor Nigeria in terms of mass production. But we have to focus on niche products in niche markets for premium prices. So let's be specific, Fazir. Let's take cocoa, for example. Trinidad and Tobago cocoa produce here, right? We don't produce a lot, but what we produce is ranked in the top 2%, Fazir, in the world in terms of quality. And therefore, there's a discerning consumer. There is a consumer who is willing to pay a premium price for that product. So that's a good example. Habanero pepper, we have supported them out of Trinidad and Tobago as well. A very specific product for a niche market for a premium price. Clean Chem, it's another company that we have supported that now employs 25 people, and they have increased the exports from 2% to 25%. The COVID-19 pandemic has actually helped their business, okay? So it's not about mass producing Fazer, but it's about doing the research, doing the market intelligence, and taking opportunities of those niche markets. Another good example, the whole world has changed in so much way, Fazer. So there's a big demand for products that meet sustainability criteria, so you don't harm the environment, climate friendly, etc. So we at the Caribbean Export Development Agency, we have teamed up with the International Trade Center to train and build capacity for businesses across the Caribbean to develop products that will be branded as sustainable. Once your product is branded as sustainable, then you can fetch a premium price in a premium market, whether it's in the European Union, whether it's in the United Kingdom, whether it's in Canada or elsewhere. So I am optimistic, but we can only deliver that result, Fazer, if we have a forensic focus and we have the right approach, because we can't mass produce. So I take the view that Grenada is well known for spices, right? So they have a market, they have a brand. If you look at Guyana and El Dorado and Yesu Pasad, they have branded that El Dorado product to be a premium product that's one of the best in the world and very much in high demand. So therefore, it's about a premium product for a premium market at a premium price. And that has to be the focus that we need to do in Trinidad and Tobago and in the Caribbean.
Mr. Maharaj, we want to thank you very much indeed for taking the time to be with us, and to remind everybody that you can go onto the website carib-export.com for all your information in relation to the grant program, the investment forum that is coming up. And indeed, I hope at some time we'll be able to get that opportunity to discuss with you the situation with Afghanistan and on your role in that as well. Thanks very much for taking the time with us.
Thank you so much. A pleasure to be with you, Fazer.
It's a pleasure indeed. Deodat Maharaj there with us, the Executive Director of the Caribbean Export Development Agency, spending a few days with us in Trinidad and Tobago to get the lay of the land and the opportunities that could be leveraged in relation to export, even for our small territory. 7:17, and as we go to the break, here are a couple images sent to us by Susan of Maraval. She says it is the Clerodendron, or the bleeding heart, captured in June and September. It's a tropical vine, by the way, that is native to Africa, to West Africa, to be more precise. And indeed, I have a couple of those vines in the yard. My better half taking good care of them, and hopefully I'll see them flowering like this in the not too distant future. We'll be right back.